Welcome to our Yoga for Everyone class. Enjoy.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to do really a traditional integral yoga class. So we'll really hit on a little bit of everything. We'll start with a joint freeing series, then we'll do our traditional sun salutation, some standing postures, and then we'll come back down to the mat to cool down and do our little meditation practice. So I hope you all look forward to that. You can close your eyes if you haven't already, or just bring the eyes down to the floor, and we'll let the gaze turn inward for a moment. So as you're seated here, allow yourself to ground down through your hips. Feel your sit bones as they're pressed against the mat or whatever you're seated on. Allow yourself to lift up to the very crown of your head, draw your shoulders, your neck back. Imagine that from your tailbone all the way up to the crown, you want a nice straight line. And as you've made any little adjustments to your posture, we're going to start to bring the awareness to the breath. So maybe noticing the movement of the chest and of the belly. Just allowing yourself to get centered. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale out through your mouth. And we'll do two more of those together. So another nice inhale in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. And one more inhale in. And exhale out. Your next inhale, join your hands in front of your heart space. Inhale, stretch the palms all the way up overhead, reach them towards your ceiling, towards the sky, wherever you are. Exhale, let your hands spread your wings out, bring them down to shoulder height. Inhale, we're going to flow here a little bit, so bring those palms back up into your head. Exhale, revisit your heart center, your heart space in your center. Inhale again, reach back up, nice and tall through the fingertips. Exhale, let your hands part down shoulder height. Inhale, go ahead, reach back up. Exhale, come back to the center, right in front of the chest. We'll do it a couple more times. Again, inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, hands part, spread the wings. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, back down in front of the chest. Last time here, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down shoulder height. This time you can stop here. Go ahead, bring a bend to your elbows. Elbows should be right about shoulder height as well. As you exhale, press your palms down so that the arms are about parallel with the floor. We're working on a rotator cuff. Inhale, bring the palms back up. Make sure you're staying nice and tall. Exhale, go ahead, press the palms down. Inhale, lift the palms back up. See if you can try to keep your shoulder blades retracted behind you as you're lifting and lowering. So just do a couple more of those. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Good. Next time you've got your palms upright like so. As you exhale, squeezing forearms, elbows towards one another. They may not come all the way together, but just get them as close as you can. And then open the arms back out wide. Draw those elbows behind you slightly. Feel the chest and the pectorals open. Again, exhale, we're going to squeeze back together in front of your chest. Inhale, we're going to open back up wide, open the chest, open the heart. Let's do that just a couple more times. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Okay, next time you squeeze those elbows behind, I want you to try to bring your right elbow over your left elbow. If you can't get them crossed, just cross one arm over the opposite arm. If you can, try to bring the backs of the hands together, or maybe wrap the fingertips into the other palm. Lift your elbows up in either position. Draw your thumbs away from your forehead if those are lifted. Maybe hold still. You're gonna feel a nice stretch through that shoulder, but it might feel nice to circle around. If you've been to one of my classes before, you know these are one of my favorite stretches. We call these eagle arms. And it just really gets into those hard to reach places, or really, honestly, really difficult to stretch. You can only do a couple things to get to those places. And after you've gone around a few times, I want you to go ahead and switch the direction. Take it the opposite way. I always say it's kind of almost like a massage, but not quite as good. But it's about as close as you can get just doing it yourself. So I'll take it this morning. And next time you circle around, lower those elbows back down. Let's go ahead and uncross your arms. And it's always just nice to take a moment to pause. So check in, does that right shoulder feel any different than the left side? And appreciate the difference if you feel one. And from there, we'll go ahead, we'll switch arms. So let's bring our left arm on top. Again, take whatever version suits you and your body. If you want to hold still and just feel the stretch there, go ahead. If you like moving around, that's waking up a little bit this morning, getting the body going, go ahead and circle. And do one more around, and then let's switch, go the opposite way. Just have a little fun with it. Do something that feels good to your body. Don't take it too seriously all the time. And last time around. Next time elbows are down again. Uncross, check back in, kind of give those shoulders a little wiggle. See how they feel. I hope they feel a little lower and looser. We'll go ahead and move on to all fours from here. So make your way over onto hands and knees. Make sure knees are right on your hips, palms are right on your shoulders. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. Give yourself a good foundation. Cat-cow, so inhale, lower your belly, lift your tailbone, draw your chin away from your chest. Eyes can look straight out. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, arch the spine, draw the belly and up, chin draws towards the chest. Then inhale, come back down to cow. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, arch the spine, come back right to your cat. Let's do a few more. Again, inhale for cow. Exhale, arch over cat. And one more, inhale, cow. Exhale for cat. And take it back to a flat, neutral spine. Just come back to tabletop. Inhale for bird dog. We're gonna lift that right leg right behind us. Try to keep your hips square to the mat. The left arm can reach out in front of you like you're shaking somebody's hand, so that thumb is pointed up to the ceiling. Take a nice breath here. Exhale, take the hand and knee back down. Let's switch sides. Inhale this time. Reaching that left leg back behind. Right arm can come forward. And belly button in. Eyes can just look straight down so your neck's not having any extra strain on it. And exhale, come on down, plant the hand, plant the knee. Let's switch to it one more time on the right. So right leg back again, left arm forward. Let yourself hold there. Find your breath, find your stability. And exhale, lower arm down. Let's switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward. And next exhale, bring it on back down, plant the hand, plant the knee. This time we're gonna do an alternate version. You're gonna bring the right leg back, but you're gonna keep the toes planted on the mat. Your left arm's gonna reach forward. We're gonna bring a little movement to our shoulder. So on your inhale, we're gonna start to reach that left arm up and overhead, circle it back behind, and then allow it to circle all the way back around to the front. And inhale, reach the arm up, overhead, behind you, and then back to the front. If you want more of a challenge, as you're circling that arm around, once you reach it back to the front, lift off the back leg again, engage the core, and then sit the foot back down and continue your circle. If you really want a challenge, you can keep the leg lifted the whole time as you're circling the arm. So do what you'd like. We'll just do a couple more. And next time that you reach that arm back around to the front, go ahead and relax. Bring the hand and knee back down, take a breath. And we will switch over to the left side. So left leg extends, and start with toes down. Right arm reaches out in front. Inhale, circle that arm up. Bring it back. And exhale. Reach that around to the front. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it back. Again, option to lift off of those back toes if you want to. Or keep the leg lifted the whole time. Really give yourself quite a workout this morning. And just staying connected to your breath with your movement the most you can. Last couple. And next time that you reach back around, on your exhale, plant the hand, plant the knee. Take the knees maybe a little bit wider. Press the hips to the heels. Arms can stretch out in front. Forehead can come down. Making your way into child's pose for the first time this morning. So remember, you're always welcome in child's at any point during your practice. You just need to catch your breath. And then next inhale, we're going to make our way back up onto hands and knees. Bring knees back in under hips if they were wide. And we're going to do just a couple more things, but this time for the hips. So we'll stay on all fours. Feel free to have a blanket under your knees if they're getting tired. So we're going to take this right knee. We're going to cross it over our left. We're going to see if we can tap it down on the opposite side. You may not be able to reach, that's fine. Just do it as best you can. And then bring it back to this side. And again, cross it over. And bring it back. Continue. Just alternating that leg. And inhale one direction, exhale the opposite direction. And we'll do about 4 more. You got this. Now you're going to start to feel it on that left side. That left hip is really helping to stabilize, even though it's the right leg that's moving. And one more. And next time you bring that right knee back down, let's go right over to the left side. So left side picks up, crosses over the right, and back to the start. And crossing, and back. And if anyone's having any problems with the wrist, feel free to come on to fist to give you a little bit more stability. Really try to keep yourself from curling up the fingers. Let yourself press all the way into the base of the palm. Good work, everyone. A few more times. And last 2, almost done. Wonderful job. Next time you bring that knee down, tuck your toes under, lift the knees, lift the hips, come right into our first downward facing dog of class. Give your dog a nice little walk. Pedal out your feet, bend in one knee, press down through that opposite heel. Just draw your belly towards your thighs slightly. Maybe a gentle yes, no shake with your head. And next inhale, we're going to go ahead and take a step up with our right foot, getting it up between the heels. Take as many steps as you need. Feel free to lower that back knee down, or you can keep it lifted, that's up to you. Inhale, slowly start to rise. See if you can bring your hands up to that thigh for support, to your heart center, or up alongside your ears. Press your hips forward and down slightly. Notice how that deepens the stretch. If you have your arms upright like mine, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you instead of squeezing them straight up by the ears. Take another breath here. And the next exhale, if the hands are up, return them. Frame that front foot, step the front foot to meet the back, come right back to downward facing dog. Inhale, shift your chest forward over your hands, coming into plank or modify down on your knees. Exhale, right back to downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left foot steps up between the hands for your lunge. Again, back knee can lower, hands can lift up. Good, just getting our hips a little bit more warmed up this morning. Press them down and forward. Breathe here. Squeeze those shoulder blades back behind. And exhale. Plant the hands. This time step the back foot up to meet the front foot. Come into your standing forward fold. Release the upper body over the lower body. Grab opposite elbows. Let your body swing and sway. Feel that stretch to the back through the legs. And we'll be moving right into our sun breathing warm-ups. So inhale, let your hands come up halfway, either to your shins, your knees, or your thighs, wherever you can get so that your shoulder blades are drawing together. And you just want the very top of the head forward. Exhale, release, come on down all the way wherever you can reach. Inhale, arms come back up by your ears. You're gonna press with your legs to stand all the way up, rise with a flat back. Arms reach up and overhead last. Exhale, hands come down back through your chest. You're gonna fold from your hips, reaching back down towards the back. Inhaling and come up halfway. Exhale, let it all go again. Inhale, making your way all the way back up. Exhale, breathe as if that heart center, hands to the chest. Fold back down from your hips. Inhale again, you come back up halfway. Exhale, you gotta let it go. Inhale, you make it all the way back up to the top. Now let's do a few more. Exhale, hands down through the heart, release. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, back all the way to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, last one, hands down through the heart, fold from the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way release. Inhale, all the way back up again. Arms overhead. Exhale, just let your arms come on down by your sides. Take a step up if you're not already at the very, very top of your mat. And we're going to do those sun salutations I was talking about. So first things first, check in with your posture. Notice if you've got a little bend in your knee, just a slight bend. I want to check in with your pelvis. So tuck your hips under just slightly, engage your core. Notice your upper body. This is my trouble spot. So if you're rounding through your upper body, pull those shoulders back, open up the chest, reach the top of your head forward. And just notice how this feels in your mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands right in front of your heart, right in front of your chest. Feel your heart beating. What does it feel like now? Inhale, when you're ready, stretch the arms out in front of the chest, up and overhead again. Optional to take a little bit of a back bend here. And then exhale, fold from your hips. Let your fingertips come down beside your toe tips. And then on your next inhale, step back with your right leg into a lunge. You can lower knee, just like we did earlier, or you can keep it lifted. Hands can come up. Again, we're just doing our lunge just like we did at the beginning of our practice. As we exhale, we'll let our hands float back down by the front foot. Step front foot to meet the back, lift the hips back up, returning to downward facing dog. And then inhale, shifting chest forward over our hands back to our plank. If you'd like to, again, lower knees. We're going to do our chaturanga. So elbows are going to shift forward over your hands. And then you're going to squeeze those elbows in tight to the ribs. Chest will lower between the hands. You can scoop either to cobra, which is halfway up, or extend your arms. Press them to the tops of the feet to lift the hips for your upward dog. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Lift your hips back up again. Returning to that upside down V shape, your downward facing dog. Let your eyes look back up between the hands. Take as many steps for that right foot to get back up to the top of the mat. So you'll be in a lunge, but again, just on the opposite side of the body. If the arms wish to lift back up, we may. Take a breath here. And then on your next exhale, let the hands lower arm back down. Back foot will return to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lifting all the way back up to standing, arms up and overhead, that optional little back bend. Hands come back to your heart center. We'll take 2 more rounds. So when you're ready, inhale, reach those arms back, out and up. Exhale, forward fold, come on down. Fingertips in line with your toe tips, left foot steps back for your lunge. Again, you can lower if you'd like. And I'm going to throw in a twist on this one if you want to follow. Otherwise, just do your traditional lunge. If you want to twist, elbows are aligned with one another, hands in front of the chest like so. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right side. And you're going to see if you can maybe bring that left elbow down towards the right knee if you want to try to take a bind. The next step is to turn the head to let the eyes look out over the right elbow. Otherwise, just keep the eyes looking straight down to the mat. That will help with your stability. So breathe here. One more breath. Great job, everybody. Next exhale, twist yourself back to the middle. Plant your hands, step that front foot to meet the back, lift the hips, come right back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, chest forward over the hands back to plank or modify down on the knees. Shift the shoulders forward of the hands, elbows into the ribs, scooping chest to cobra or upward facing dog. Kneeling back, tuck the toes, lift the hips. In your downward facing dog again. Eyes look back up to the top of the mat. Take as many steps for your left foot to get back up to the top as you need lunge. And if you want to twist with me, hands back up to heart, elbows aligned. Twisting to the left, the right elbow could come down. Eyes could look out over that left elbow this time. And next exhale, take your time, come back to the middle, plant those hands, back foot will step up to meet the front foot, forward fold. Inhale, standing all the way back up, nice and tall, little bend. Hands come back to the heart. Final and last round. Inhale again, last time, arms out and up. Little bend. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down beside the toes. Inhale, right leg steps back, lunge. This time, if you want to take another twist, keep your right hand under your shoulder. I like to keep my back knee lifted on this one. That's just my preference. But as you exhale, twist open with that left arm, reach it up and overhead. It's going to be a really nice stretch for that left hip, left glute. And the next exhale, take the left hand back down, plant it, step the front foot to meet the back, return to your downward facing dog. Inhale when you're ready, shifting the chest back forward over the hands, chaturanga through, either to cobra or upward facing dog. Meeting right back again, and your downward facing dog. Eyes look back up to the top, take as many steps for right foot to get on back up as you need. Left hand will stay down this time. As you exhale, twist open with that right arm, reach it up and overhead. And breathe here. And exhale, returning the right hand back down. Back foot steps up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way back up. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. Check back in with yourself. How does the heartbeat feel right now versus when you started? And relax those arms down. You're going to turn on your mat to work the entire length of it. And we're going to do our warrior sequence with a little bit of a flow. So go ahead and turn yourself, get a nice big wide stance, about 3 or 4 feet apart. We're going to start on the right side. So turn your right toes out to face the side of the mat. We're lining up your right heel with your left heel, or maybe the arch of the foot. Bring a bend to that right knee, so it's right over the ankle, not going to the inside of the big toe. Inhale, stretch your arms out from the shoulders. I do this because if you start with them on the shoulders and spread them out from there, they're going to be more relaxed than if you just lift them straight up from the sides. So give that a try, see how it feels. Eyes look out over the right fingertips. That's something to play around with your feet here. Is to imagine you're kind of pressing your feet apart, or you're squeezing your feet together without really actually moving anything. And that contraction will help you stabilize the lower body. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Just finding your grounding and your strong stance here in warrior two. And we're going to begin a little bit of a flow between this and a couple of other poses. So on your next exhale, we're going to come into side angle. So you're going to bend that right arm, bringing the forearm down to rest on the thigh. The left arm can come straight up and overhead. But excuse me, if anyone feels very flexible and they want to come further down, they could bring their hand to the inside of this foot, or you could have a block here to reach for it instead. And as we inhale, we're going to pull ourselves right back up to warrior two to bring the head to look back out over the arm. The fingers, and then we'll go ahead and come to reverse warrior. So allow the left hand to come down, the right arm to come up. Eyes can look up or down here for your reverse warrior. And then again, return to your warrior two. Exhale, come into your side angle. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, back to your reverse warrior. And so we'll flow back and forth here for about another 30 seconds. I don't care how many that you're doing, it's not about that. Just take your time, find your own rhythm. Find what feels natural and good to your body. Just allowing yourself to get some nice stretching in through the side body while building that lower body strength. Good job, we'll do one more. And next time you find yourself back in your reverse warrior, return to warrior two. Relax the arms down by the sides for a moment. We're going to straighten out this front knee slightly. Re-extend your arms. Lift and reach to those right fingertips out as far out in front as you can. Let the right hand come down to the inside of the calf. You reach for a block here instead. Left arm's going to come straight up and overhead for triangle pose. Try to make sure that this back hip is not turning down to the mat. You want to keep that hip open towards the ceiling. Imagine you're being lifted or almost pulled up by this top arm here. Get eyes up or down, what's most comfortable for your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. A little bit longer here, you can do it. And last breath. Good, next inhale, pull yourself back up through center, relax both arms down again. Turn those right toes back to face the front. And we're gonna take a nice wide-legged fold. I like to start with hands on hips here, but you don't have to, that's up to you. We're just gonna start with a half fold. So come down just about halfway, so your whole upper body is just kind of hovering over the ground. So you're parallel to the floor. Feel that start to open through the lower back. And then on your next exhale, you can release all the way down. So maybe the hands can reach the floor, maybe they can't. Feel free to have a block there if they cannot reach. So as for down here, we're also going to be taking a little bit of a twist. So if you can't reach, bring your block under your chest. Have your left hand center of the chest here. On your next exhale, we're going to take that right arm, twist open, and up to that right side. Eyes can follow, or they can stay looking down. If this right arm, right shoulder is tired at all, maybe you want to bring the hand down to the hip, or you could also bring the top of the hand across and over to the left hip, so the opposite hip. If you still don't feel like you're getting a stretch, maybe try walking that left hand closer over towards your right leg, maybe holding on to the right ankle or anywhere you can reach. Your next exhale, we're gonna unwind from this twist, so release your right arm. Bring it all the way back down, twist back to your center point. This time, right hand will take the place of the left. Exhale, twist open, left arm reaches out and up. Again, take any variation you'd like with that top arm. Maybe walking right hand closer over towards left leg, left foot. See what feels good. It may not be the very same on both sides. And one more breath here. And then after your next exhale, unwind from that twist, come back to your center. Now we have one last stretch to do while we're down here. So you're gonna try to reach your hands out to the outside edges of your feet. If you can't reach them, just step your feet in a little closer together. Tuck the fingertips under, start to bend your knees, bend your elbows. Imagine you want the very top of your head to come down. It can reach that block if you want. You can turn the block up to a higher height if you need to. If you don't need the block, maybe you want it to come down so it almost touches the mat. It's a really wonderful stretch for the hamstrings, for the lower back area. Just do what you can. You don't have to push it too far. And when you're ready, please take your time, unwind your fingers. Slowly start to straighten up, just one vertebrae at a time, until you come all the way back up to standing. Feel free to grab a drink of water. You might feel a little lightheaded. We're gonna get ready to move on to do the left side of our warrior two. So when you're ready, turn the left toes out to the side, try to heel to heel alignment. Bend that left knee, stable over the ankle. Inhale, open the arms back out, shoulder height, turning to look out over the left fingertips this time. Again, maybe play around what feels better. Do you want to press your feet apart? Do you want to imagine you're squeezing them together? You're pressing them apart, and I feel that a little bit more through the back of the hips, back of the glutes. If you can try to squeeze together, you're going to feel that more through the inner thigh, inner part of the leg. So again, whatever you feel like needs a more stability. And we'll start to get ready to do our flow here now. So tucking that left forearm down, right arm can reach straight up for side angle. Again, if you want to reach further down, challenge yourself a little bit, please be my guest. Inhale, bring yourself back up to warrior two, eyes back out over those left fingers. And then exhale, right hand down, left arm can reach up and overhead for reverse warrior. And inhale back to your warrior two. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. And exhale, reverse warrior. And we'll do a few more of those, just again, find your own pace. Feel free to look to me if you feel like you're getting a little lost. But it's just always coming back to warrior two in the middle. That's on your inhale. Your exhale is for the other two poses. Okay, just find your groove. And we'll do one more back and forth. And next time you're back to warrior two, hold there. You need to relax the arms down for a second, you can. You're gonna straighten that left knee out slightly. Arms can stretch back out when you're ready. Reaching through those left fingertips. Hand can come down to the inside of that left calf. Right arm stays reaching up. Remember, try not to focus on how far down you're reaching, because then you're gonna really turn this back hip. Focus more on keeping that hip open, core belly is stable, top arm lifting like you're being pulled up. And breathe deep. And one more breath, you've got it. And inhale, pull yourself back up to the middle when you're ready. Arms can relax. Turn those left toes back to face front. And now you're going to want to grab your block. So please go ahead and grab that. If you don't have a block, a book or something could work too. Although that might make it a little harder because that'll be heavier. Because we're going to be using this just kind of as a prop and some of our movement, just to give it a little bit of weight. So toes are going to turn out to each side just a little bit. I say at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to do what's called a qigong circle. So similar to yoga, but just a little bit different. So on our inhale, our blocks in between our palms. We're going to bring that up and overhead. We're reaching it towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to start to twist our torso and face over towards the right side. We start to bring that block down, draw it across between the legs, and then inhale, twist over to the left, and return it all the way back up and overhead. So really good for your core and for your lower back. So again, exhale, start to make your way down. Inhale, come back up and overhead. But you don't have to go too fast for these. In fact, I would keep them fairly slow. You can have a little micro bend in your knees. Don't have to have them entirely straight. Now just keep going around and around. We'll do a few in one direction and we'll switch. And find the rhythm of your breath. Tuning into that, keeping yourself mindful as you go around. Two more in this direction. Good job. Next time you're up and overhead with your block, let's go ahead and switch. Let's bring it down the left side, across and up the right side. Good. Exhale down the left. Inhale up the right. Keep going. Your own pace. You don't have to match me. If you're going a little faster or a little slower, that's okay. That's your choice. That's your creative expression. That's kind of the nice thing sometimes about doing the online class, is that you're not so worried about what everybody else is doing. You're more focused just on your own personal practice. At least that's what I have found from time to time. A couple more here. And last one. Next time you have that block up and overhead, let the arms rest, bring it back down in front of your chest. We have one more movement to do here with our block. That is going to be goddess pose. So we're still working on lower body. So legs can stay in the stance they are, but you're going to start to bend the knees, sinking the hips down towards the mat. However far you want to go, if you want to go down further, of course, it'll be more challenging. On our inhale, we're going to stretch our arms back up and overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. We're going to tap the block down on the thigh. And as we inhale, we're going to bring that block back up and overhead. So you exhale, we twist to the left, we tap the block down. We inhale back up and overhead. Exhale, twist and tap. Inhale back up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale back up. And if nothing else, using the arms and the block is a little bit of a distraction to take away from how hard the legs are working right now. But using this also activates the core, that little twisting motion. And it's good to tie in some of the smaller muscles of the upper body with the larger muscles of the lower body from time to time. Good. Just one more to each side. We're almost done. Good. Next time that block is up and overhead, straighten your knees, relax the arms back down by your sides. Great job, you guys. And step your feet back in together. We're going to finish off standing with a couple balances. So you may sit your block down for now. And let's find ourselves with our feet hip-width distance apart at this time. Find your gazing point or your drishti out in front of you. Focus your eyes there. We're going to do both. We're going to do eagle pose and we're going to do star pose right from there. So soft bend on your knees here. Let's pick our right foot up, cross our right thigh over our left thigh. Toes can stay down like a bicycle kickstand. You can have them up the side or try to wrap them around the back of the leg. The arms we did earlier, so right elbow back over left elbow. Find the variation you'd like to take. You do not have to circle your elbows around this time, luckily. If you want to work on challenging, deepen the bend in the knees. Lift the elbows up a little higher. Find your breath while you're here. Focus those eyes. Stability and strength. Doing great. Hold it. You come out of it, just come back into it again. And we're going to try our best from here to transition into star. So first thing, you're going to unwrap your arms, bring those out shoulder height. Palms are going to face forward. Then unwrap your legs, start to kick that right leg out to the right side. You need to have the big toe down for a little kickstand again. Please use it. Otherwise, you can lift that leg away from the floor. Feel free to hold on to a wall or hold on to a chair if you feel like that would benefit you. And we'll hold here. Good job. 2 more breaths. And next exhale, release that right leg, release the arms, roll out your shoulders, maybe give your ankle a little roll if you need to. And we'll start over on the other side. So let it go, whatever happened. Move on, start fresh. Eyes focused, weight is on the right. Let's go ahead and cross our left thigh over our right thigh this time. Left elbow over right elbow. Maybe deepening that bend through the knees, maybe lifting the elbows. But it's up to you always how challenging you make the class. Try to give you some options and variations to make it easier or harder, depending on your ability level. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, let's unwind those arms. Bring them back out shoulder height, palms face forward. Go ahead and uncross the legs. You can kick it straight out to the side. Or maybe toes need to come down for a moment to stabilize. And you're your own little shining star here. Whatever expression feels right to you. Grounded down through that foot. Core is strong. Everybody's unique. Last breath here. And exhale, lower the foot, lower the arms, roll out the shoulders if you need to. And we're gonna come on down to the mat now. You can grab that block, make sure you got it close by, and we'll lie down on our backs. Let's see how we're doing on our time. I don't have a clock where I am. We're doing good. All right. So once you've made it down, always nice just to give yourself a moment to let the back settle and connect. So you might want to just windshield wiper your knees a couple times back and forth. We're just going to do a couple cool down poses and then we'll try to save the last 10 minutes for our meditation practice. So let's grab your block now. Feet are on the mat, knees are over your ankles. So we're going to pick our hips up and slide our block, your book, whatever you might have, even if it's just a towel. underneath that lower back area, just to give your hips a little bit of height. And you want to let the tailbone curve right off the edge of that block, and that's how you'll kind of know it's in the right place. So hopefully you guys can kind of see where my block is and understand where I'm staying. So once you have it there, let's pick up the right knee, pull that into the chest, reach around behind the back of the thigh, and extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. If you need something to reach around with, you can always have a scarf or a strap here. Just gonna hold that leg straight up for about 30 seconds. You might want to just play around with pointing and flexing the toes or circling the ankle around. And if you do decide to circle, make sure you do go both directions. Make sure you're not lopsided. Now let's go ahead, bend that knee back and towards the chest. Keep it in, but this time reach around to the front of the shin and just circle that leg around a little bit, massaging into the lower back area. And then switch the direction. Okay, you can stop circling now, set the right foot down, switch legs. Left leg pulls in, holding behind the thigh. Inhale, straighten that leg up. Exhale. Go ahead, flex the foot back and forth, or circle the ankle around. Again, make sure you do switch the direction. Let's go ahead and pull that knee back into the chest and circle. And change the direction, circle the opposite way. And pulling the knee back in the center. We're gonna reach, grab our left leg again, pull both legs in. Extend them both up to the ceiling. Make sure your block still feels comfortable, so come down if you need to. And just play around with your legs here. Maybe open the legs out to a little bit of a V shape. Maybe lower one halfway down while keeping the opposite one lifted. Just have a little fun. Maybe you want to take a cross with your legs, just like we were doing with our eagle legs earlier. We're just trying to keep the legs elevated up above the heart for about 30 seconds to a minute, just to give your heart a nice refresh, similar to legs up the wall if you've ever done that. You can just hold your legs still if you'd like to for a moment. And then pulling knees back into the chest, sitting the feet back down on the floor. Pick the hips up away from the block, slide the block out. Hips can come back down. And the hips are back to the floor. Lift the knees once more. This time we're gonna reach up for the ankles. The arches are the toes coming into happy baby pose. You can spread the feet out a little wider. The knees can come a little wider to deepen. Just rocking back and forth gently. And from your happy baby, go ahead, let the feet come back down. Let the soles of the feet come together, let the knees open, one out to the right, one to the left. Hand comes onto the belly, hand can come onto the chest. And from here, we'll take just a couple rounds of diaphragmatic breathing. So try to empty your body all the way out on your next exhale. So on your inhale, take a deep breath in. Feel your belly expand first. Then the chest and the lungs. And when you can't sip in any more air, when you feel so full, exhale first from chest, then from the belly and the diaphragm. Until you feel empty. And then inhale, fill yourself all the way back up again. And exhale, let it all go. Do a couple more like that. Nice, big, deep breath in. And big exhale out. And last one on your own. Yeah, excellent, everyone. From here, feel free to bring your knees back in, maybe stretching your legs out long for Shavasana. Maybe your arms going to come out by your sides. Please feel free to come into really any comfortable position, even if it's seated, because we're not going to be doing the tense and release today. We're just going to do a body scan. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a reading for you. Let yourself start to get situated. Relax your shoulders back and down into the mat. Head and neck releases. Just let yourself become aware of all the places where you are supported. And with all of that support, just letting go. Any tension, anything that you're holding on to, releasing it to the mat behind you. We'll go through from head to toe. You don't have to move a muscle. Instead, just bring your thought, your awareness to each place, encouraging it to relax a little bit further into that support. Just relaxing your forehead and your temples. Relaxing your eyes and eyelids. Relaxing your nose, your cheeks, and your ears. Relax the lips and the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the jaw and the neck. Just relaxing your shoulders, your upper and lower arms, your wrist, your hands, and your fingers. Relaxing your chest and the belly, the stomach. Relaxing the upper and lower back. Relax the hips, the glutes, and the thighs. Relax the knees, the calves, and the ankles. Relax the feet and the toes. If there's anything that you might need to adjust to be even just a little bit more at ease, now's the time. Just letting it go, surrendering to that support. Letting your attention now be guided back to breath. Feeling into belly and chest. And as you're tuning into that breath, I'm going to share just a little poem with you to listen to, just for your own pleasure. So this poem that I chose for today is called Contradictions. As living beings, we are always evolving. Our DNA itself grows and changes. We create problems to feel good about solving and have forgotten the wisdom of the ages. This is not the age of wisdom. It is the age of information. All certainty of our belief systems have been cracked open and shaken. There is one truth, they say, though no one seems to know what it is. The right way, all religion, science, and spirituality through each other, they dismiss. Perhaps I contradict my own beliefs. They are always shifting. And to me, this is a relief. For to believe one thing my entire life, as that to ensure from truth I'll be drifting. I do not trust those that stay the same. It means they are submissive to society's complex game. It means that maybe their heart made me dismissive and choose security over growth. Question everything, especially you, and to one idea never cling. This way, you will discern what's true. To believe strongly limits our perception of the world. There are infinite possibilities beyond what the human brain can perceive. And so just take in those words, whatever served you, take them with you. Whatever doesn't serve you, leave it behind. Everyone has a different opinion, a different truth for them, their own self. And often, sometimes they contradict each other. That's just part of being human. So returning your awareness to your breath now, back to your body, just allowing yourself to be observant, witnessing, noticing. Just remember, you are not just your body, you're not just your thoughts. You are something beyond that. And when you feel lost, and the body or the mind, come back to this place, this witnessing state, remembering you are connected to everyone and everything, even though we may feel separate at times. Start to deepen your breath now. Bring some little movement back to your fingers and your toes. Let your arms gradually start to stretch, maybe bring them up and overhead. If you'd like to stay right where you are, stay there. If you want to roll over and come onto one of your sides, please do so. Again, to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat when you're ready, just joining the hands back at the heart center. Got some pesky flies here buzzing around, so I apologize. Hands come to heart center. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Bow your head towards your hands, just honoring yourself for showing up this morning. And we will close our practice with namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, for moving, and practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it.